Hi everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. So today's December 22nd and I have a busy day, but I wanted to make one more video for you before Christmas because I had some products I wanted to share with you that are limited edition that I think are so beautiful, and I think some of you would really like them, and I want to be using them on my channel. So I'm hoping that you guys can get some of these products if you still want them. But even if I share them with you, you could probably duplicate the look with some other products that you already own. I'm going to be featuring for you is the new holiday edition All That Glitters face palette from Nars and the Endless Nights eyeshadow palette. I've never owned a Nars eyeshadow palette. This is the very first time, and I've always heard that Nars eyeshadows are incredible. I did use it yesterday, and I have to say, they are amazing, but I haven't been able to play around with this palette a lot. So today I'm going to be doing a look for you. It's already done, as you can see, using some of the colors in this palette, but there are honestly so many looks you can achieve. It looks like it's mostly a warm toned palette, but there are a lot of cooler tones. And if you've been watching me, you know I'm very comfortable with mauve-y and pinky shades, but there's also some shades that are really different than I usually go with. And these are the shades I'm going to be using today, the ones that I don't typically go for. And then the All That Glitters cheek and face palette looks like this. And I definitely don't have these colors, and I'll show it to you more when I get to that part of the video. But honestly, I think that you could use this as an entire face palette, even doing an eyeshadow look with it, because the colors lend themselves to an eyeshadow look or even a cheek bronzer, highlighter, face look. And it's really different than the other face palettes that I own. So I'm really excited to dig into this one a little bit. And I have a new concealer. This is the matte concealer from Nars, and I'll tell you more about this. And yeah, let's just jump in and get started. I already have my foundation on and I have my brows done. The foundations that I was choosing between today are two of my favorite foundations. I've never used a lot of Nars makeup in the past, but I've always used their foundations and their lip products for some reason, but I didn't ever try a lot of their other products. But I really love most things I've tried from Nars. Oh, I can't forget the Orgasm blush. I've tried every type of blush from the Orgasm range, and I really like that as well. But the foundation that I'm wearing today is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and I'd say it's a medium coverage that you can build up to a full coverage. It never looks cakey on me, and I really like the soft matte finish. I think that it's probably the prettiest soft matte foundation that I own, and this is the second tube of it that I've purchased. I really love this foundation a lot. If you have very dry skin or like skin that peels or flakes a lot, this will not be the foundation for you. And the other foundation I really like from Nars is the Radiant Longwear foundation, and it looks like this, and this one leaves my skin a little bit glowy, and I love both of these. These are two of my favorite foundations, and this is the second one I've owned of this one too. And I'm almost out of this now that I'm looking at it in the light. I only have a teeny bit left, and after this one's done, I'd really like to try the new foundation, the light reflecting foundation from Nars. Have you guys tried it? I know people rave about that foundation. It's gotten really great reviews, but I haven't tried that one. So these are the two that I love, and I have no reason to believe that I wouldn't love that one as well. Oh, but if you do have very dry skin, the Radiant Longwear foundation is really nice. And even though this is like a radiant foundation, and I do get oily in my T-zone, which is why the soft matte looks decent on me, because it starts off fairly matte, but then as my natural oil comes in, it looks really pretty. It's still slightly matte, but it, I don't know, kind of a little bit of a satin finish at the end of the day. This one is a very long wearing one, even when my oil comes in. And so I really like this if I'm going to go out for a really long day and I want my foundation to look really good all day. But I do bring a little setting powder with me when I wear this one, just because when my oil does come through, sometimes it can get a little too radiant. I'm just going to do a simple eye look using this palette. And I've always wanted to use a Nars eyeshadow palette because I've always heard that they're very nice, but they're a little bit pricey, and I always miss the sales. So this time when I saw that they were having like a 30% off sale on the Nars website, plus I signed up for emails and I got a little bit more, it was definitely much more reasonable. And I do like this palette a lot. I've used it just a couple of times. So these are the colors, so pretty. And it's a perfect mix of mattes and shimmers. There's no glittery shades, but there are some really beautiful shimmers and kind of like shade shifters a little bit, but just the quality is very, very nice. They swatch very creamy, and yeah, it's so far, it meets the expectations that I held for Nars eyeshadows. And I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. I've never used this shade before, and it's a bronzy shade. Ooh, that's so pretty. That would be really, really pretty for just a one eyeshadow look. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this all over my mobile lid and up through the crease as like one eyeshadow look. Even though I wanna show you every shade in this palette, I think I'm gonna keep it simple today because I haven't played with it a lot. And I like to be a little more familiar with the shades and palettes before I show them to you. But I don't know, I guess it really doesn't matter. First impressions are nice too. No kick up at all. I've used this before, no kick up on any of the shades, not even the darker mattes, and I'm not experiencing any kick up right now, as you can see. Now I'm gonna take this shade right here, which is also a shimmer, but it's very light, like a champagne. And I'm just gonna take that and place it on the inner corner and a little bit like in the arch of my brow. It sort of has like a slight like pink tone to it, like a champagne that leans a little bit pink. I'm gonna take this shade right here and just place that like right in the center. Ooh, that's so pretty. It's so sparkly. Just like a spotlight. So everything I've used is glowy, shimmery. I didn't use any mattes. And these don't emphasize crepiness. If you have crepiness on your eyelids, it doesn't emphasize that on me. Okay, now I'm gonna pick up this brown shade, which is a matte, and it does have like a slight reddish shift to it. Not a shift, but an undertone. It's more of like a reddish brown, but it doesn't look red. It looks brown, but it's, I don't know, a warmer brown, I suppose. And I'm picking up with my angled brush, my skinny angled brush, and I just put it on the edge of the brush. I'm gonna do the outer V. I'm just gonna smoke it out a little bit. So I'm just placing it there. And I'm taking a Morphe blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that and soften it and kind of smoke out the outer corner. I hope you guys are all ready for Christmas or your holidays, whatever you're celebrating. And so far here, the weather is really nice. Last Christmas, our plans got changed a lot. Not necessarily ours, but we were getting together with family and everybody was coming in from different directions, and some of the nieces and nephews had to fly in, but we had a snowstorm and it canceled out a lot of people's plans. So that was kind of a bummer. Hopefully this year will be better. More people will be able to get where we're all meeting at my sister-in-law's house. So we'll see. Now I'm just gonna take that same brush and pick up the same brown, and I'm gonna just make a little wing, and I'm gonna run it along my lower lash line. I usually like to use MAC Carbon for this, which is like a charcoal black, but this is really pretty. The mascara I've been using this week, which I really like, I wanted to use up this mascara because I've had it in my stash and I don't know why I haven't used it up by now, but it's the MAC 3D mascara. I'll link it. It's really good. It doesn't smear or smudge or flake or anything like that. So it's a really good mascara. So I've been wanting to use it up and I have no problem using it up because I actually really like it. This is the brush. It looks like it's a rubber bristle brush and it's not super flexible, so it's more of a firmer brush. It grabs all those lashes. I'll go ahead and put it on and I'll be right back. Okay, now I have my mascara on and I'm gonna take the concealer, the soft matte concealer that I talked about and I used as my eyelid primer. And this is just a concealer brush from Nars Cosmetics. And I'm gonna just clean up the edges here. It's really nice concealer. Even though it's matte, it doesn't look overly matte. At least to me, it doesn't. I'm looking at a magnifying mirror, and I think that the key is to go with a soft touch, pick up the least amount, and build. But I did read some reviews, and some of the reviews said that it did cover dark circles fairly well. So if you deal with dark circles, I would just like sample it at Sephora or something, like take a little bit from the sample and bring it home with you and give it a try before you buy it. Because I don't know, I do think it's one that isn't for everyone because it is a matte, and some people might find it a little too drying, but I do not. So there are some makeup products that wow you, and when you purchase them, you think to yourself, this is worth every penny. That doesn't happen often. I always think makeup is a little overpriced, even drugstore makeup. But this product I tried a couple of years ago, and if I had to list my top 5 makeup products, this would definitely make the cut, and it might even be number 1 or 2. And this is the Laguna 1, because I'm so fair. I have the lightest one, cream to powder bronzer. And you may recall, if you've been watching me, that I did purchase this a couple of years ago when it first came out, as a limited edition product, and I had the original Laguna, and those flew off the shelf and people kind of went crazy for them. So then a couple of years later, Nars came out with 5 shades of the Laguna, and like I said, mine is the lightest one. And I'm just gonna pick it up on a fluffy brush and hit some areas where I want to add a little bit more color into my face and do some slight contouring with it. I never go very heavy-handed with this, not even in the summer months, but it does add some color to my face, which I like in the winter months. And I like to put on my collarbones, just to add a little bit of color. And so that's all I do for that. And I do pick it up on a little, kind of like an eyeshadow brush, and do a little bit of contouring here. Sometimes when I do this and then I edit my video, I realize that's not blended as much as it could be. And so I'm trying to be careful to not let that happen, because it looks really bad when you have a line down your nose from trying to contour. And now I'm just gonna use the Nars translucent powder. I got mine last year. They have a new one out with new packaging for the new year, but this is last year's. And I actually just started using it because I wanted to get through my Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder first. And then I started using this one. So it's like a brand new product to me. And I'm just gonna go down my nose there, like almost like a highlight. I'm not gonna put it all over my face. It's sort of like a blot powder, which is really nice. It has very, very, very fine, it's like a very fine powder. And so it doesn't leave anything really on your face. It just removes like any oil. It sort of just blots everything, which is really, really nice. And it doesn't mess with the integrity of your makeup or anything like that when you apply it like midday, just to like tamp down some oil or something like that. Okay, I'm really excited about this next product. This is the All That Glitters blush palette, and it's part of this whole holiday range from Nars. I've never partaken in the holiday products from Nars. Last year I did partake in the New Year's with this, but oh my goodness, look how pretty this is. And I'll put some swatches up on the screen so that you can see what it will look like with your skin tone. It does have some shades that are kind of like a little more like highlighters. Like this is not a blush. This shade right here, it's just kind of golden. Honestly, I would use this as a face palette. I would do my eyes with this and my whole face. Maybe I'll do another video showing you how I would use this as a face palette. Like this shade right here would make a nice like blush for those of you who like more of an orangier. I think it would be really pretty like in the summer months. And I'll show you, like I would kind of go like this. I would be very, very like handed with it. And just add a little bit of a bronze glow. And it kind of gives you that healthy, like you almost are going to get sunburned kind of look, which I think is so healthy looking, even though in actuality it's not healthy at all if it's really from the sun, but it looks healthy. It tricks us. So I'm going to go with the more sort of satiny, plummy shade first, and start back here and just apply it right over where I put that bronzer. Sort of have like a mysterious look going today because everything is kind of deep for me. You know, I usually go with peaches and pinks and like light shades like that. And this is definitely out of my normal, what I would normally choose. But that's a good thing. It's good to try new things. Okay, so let me just get the apples a little bit more. That's really pretty. Now I'm just going to take a fan brush like this, and I'm going to pick up the kind of highlighty shade that goes well with that. At least I think it will. Oh yeah. Oh wow. I hope you guys can see that. It really transformed that plummy shade. Really pretty. If I went with the coppery shades in the palette, the eyeshadow palette, I bet like the nude shade with like that over it would be really, really pretty for like a bronzy shade in the summertime, like a bronzy makeup look. Let me go up here a little bit. I'm always afraid of plummy shades because I'm afraid that I'm gonna look bruised. But this didn't make me look bruised. That's why I was being very careful and started back here before I dragged it here, because if it is a little too plummy, it could look like I have a bruise on my cheek, and this definitely does not look like that, so I'm happy about that. A little on my nose. It's so pretty. Okay, I love these Nars lipsticks. I have them in many colors. I have Dolce Vita, I have Falabella, I have the Orgasm shade, and this one is called Sexual Healing, and it's probably my favorite, and I really like this shade a lot. This is what it looks like, and let me swatch it on my hand. And it's just like a shade shifter, kind of pinky, but I don't know, it's not bright and summery looking. It's more of like a fall, winter, peachy, pinky, deeper shade, but sheer, if that makes sense. All right, whatever. I'm gonna put it on and then you can see how it looks. I'm not even gonna use a lip liner with this. I have a couple blemishes that I realized that I can cover with the concealer. So I'm just gonna take another small like shadow brush, and I have a blemish right here. And I have one on my chin. Okay, so this is the finished look. I'll bring you in close. Mostly Nars makeup, almost all of it, I think, except the mascara. And my brow product is Kosas. But anyways, using the new limited edition holiday, I have a feeling that this will be going on sale soon because the holiday, it's even a little too late to get it in time for the holidays. And it is limited edition. So if it's something you're interested in, I would definitely be watching for a sale and pick it up when it's on sale. But I really like it a lot. And I'm sure I'll be doing another look because there's many different looks you can achieve. And the video would be way too long if I did a second look, like using more of the pinky mauve shades that I'm very comfortable with and a little bit of a brighter cheek. But I feel like this is really pretty for the winter time, or even summertime, any time of year. Thank you for spending some time with me. And this will be my last video before Christmas. So I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope that you are healthy and blessed. I hope that you find joy in the little things. And yeah, I'll see you between now and the new year. Have a blessed and beautiful day.